Yeah. Yeah, your mom, dude. Oh, hey there. Looks like you're here for a video game podcast. And guess what? Your video game podcast boys are gone. And when the cat's out, the mouse will play. Anyways, let's talk about some video game news. First things first. I'm not your usual video game podcast guy, as you can tell. My name's Ernell Pearson. I'm from a much better podcast called 20,000 Films Under the Sea. But even more importantly, I'm one of the guys here at Good Kraken. And unfortunately, Devin and Garrick, the two fellows that are usually here, fortunately have life happening. You know what I'm saying? Life happens. Life just life just does things. You know what I'm saying? It just does things. You just wake up, your life is all around you. You know, you get up out of bed. Let's talk about some video game news. First things first, the Batman 2 script is finally complete. Oh, my bad. Wrong podcast. Or is it? Oh. Or is it? Let's carry on. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 Siege Mode launches alongside game-changing patch 8. That's right, Warhammer 40k Space Marine 2 got Siege Mode, and oh yeah, oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What a game! You know what I'm saying? What a game! Can't get enough of this game. Even though I actually did technically get enough of this game, not like literally, but like unwillingly. Life just got busy. Again, life. Garrick and I still have to get me caught up on a couple of last missions there. But damn, I love this game. I love this game so much. Okay, I hope you guys love this game too. Siege mode is a take on the classic horde mode and sees teams of 3 Space Marine players battle. Hold on, let me learn how to speak real quick. It sees teams of 3 Space Marine players battle waves of Tyranids and Chaos Marines. Isn't that just like the hardest sentence you've ever heard in your life? As Saber has indicated, it's working on a very big quote unquote update for customization that lets players reuse chapter champion armor parts on other classes with lore accuracy, clipping, and technical restrictions. It's not in patch 8, but perhaps we can expect it in patch 9. Well, needless to say, I'll be playing. Anyways, let's continue on. Control spin-off FBC Firebreak tops 1 million players as developer promises, quote, there is still a lot of work ahead of us. You know, this game's actually a lot better than I think the marketing team really gave it credit for. This game really got, like, no marketing at all, to be honest with you. They just kind of announced it and said, hey, it's a cool game coming out here pretty soon. But I played this bad boy for a good amount of hours with Garrick, with Sam. I don't. What else do we play it with? Anyways, it's free on Game Pass and PlayStation Plus subscribers. It's a fun game. It's in the Control universe. Control's dope. That means this game's gonna be dope too. But 1 million players is actually pretty damn impressive for a game that I actually had struggled with for the first hour of me playing to actually find anyone to be able to play with because Garrick and Sam weren't there, unfortunately. But anyways, that's right. We love when people play video games. That's really, really cool. Next up. Oh, here we go. My jimmies are tight now. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Star gives fans a biggest hint at a remake yet. We'll talk about that here in a second. Have you beaten the game? Ryan asks the fan, as captured on video by TikTok user Rebel. Oh, the Rebel Archive. Well, you might have to beat it again. When the fan replies, is this true? I have to run through all of them again? Ryan responds with a knowing wink and then says, well, especially this one. There's a reason I say that, but I can't say anything. In case you didn't know, Matt Ryan, is the voice of Edward Kenway, the main character from Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And listen, he's dropping some hinty hints. That's a good sign. Garrick can attest for this. Black Flag is my favorite Assassin's Creed game of all time. I'm pretty sure that it's up there for Garrick as well. Uh, Question being, am I going to play this day and date? Absolutely, I'm going to play this day and date. Actually, this is one of the only first games. This is one of the first games that I had ever bought a collector's box for. I used to have it came with this huge, I don't know, like 1 foot tall, like Edward Kenway statuette that you could like display. And yeah, it was really really cool. Unfortunately, I lost it during a move. Rest in peace, me. Say that I lost a piece of myself that day. Anyways, Assassin's Creed Black Flag remake, remaster, re-release, whatever the hell you want to call it. Sign me up. They're gonna take my money. They're gonna take my money. I know we don't really trust Ubisoft anymore, but they'll have my money. I promise you. Anyways, let us continue. Jurassic World Evolution 3 no longer includes generative AI portraits following fan backlash. Hmm. Interesting. Jurassic World Evolution 3 finally sprouted legs when its official reveal trailer was published as part of Summer Game Fest 2025 earlier this month. Its existence marked the end of a 4-year wait for a third game in the dinosaur strategy simulation franchise, but much of the excitement was quickly soured when fans discovered that Frontier had used controversial generative AI technology to create certain scientist portraits in-game. Yikes. Shortly after this realization, fans gathered to campaign against the use of AI in Jurassic World Evolution 3, hopes that Frontier would reverse its decision in favor of content created by actual human beings. And they said, thanks for your feedback on this topic. The post says, we have opted to remove the use of generative AI for scientist portraits within Jurassic World Evolution 3. Fucking Christ, man. Jesus Lord, dude. Read the room. You know what I'm saying? Read the room. This stuff isn't that hard to figure out. People are feeling real weird about AI art. Not only is it egregiously gross to do that, there's like an entire industry of video game artists that you can hire to do this stuff. You really don't want to spend the money on that? Maybe you shouldn't be making video games. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that they're walking that back. You know what I'm saying? What else is there really to say? Uh, yeah, don't use AI. I don't know. I mean, fucking figure it out, guys. Jesus Christ. Dying Light retouched update enhances audio and visuals this week as thousands continue playing the 10-year-old zombie game. So this obviously is like a week back worth of content here that we're talking about in terms of like the news stuff is concerned. You guys probably heard Garrick and Devin talking about this particular thing because Garrick is a huge fan of Dying Light. Yeah, I mean, they're doing a cool touchy the game Garrick update for Dying Light. And I mean, that's really dope. I mean, that game ages really well. I mean, me, Garrick, and Devin played that game like I think like 2 years ago or something like that, and it felt like a pretty fucking new game, to be honest with you. That game aged incredibly well. Yeah, it's all fun. I'm good time to be a Dying Light fan. You know what I'm saying? They got 3 games almost in the pocket here. 2 technically already in the pocket, but the third one's coming out soon. Yeah, good game, man. That's awesome. We love new games. Let's set the record straight. The retouched update is about squeezing out even more from Dying Light you already love. Oh, from the Dying Light you already love. Squeezing out, huh? Interesting verbiage for them to use. Xbox staff brace themselves for yet more layoffs as Microsoft cuts reportedly set to continue. Bloomberg said Microsoft plans quote unquote major job cuts across the Xbox division. The Verge said managers at Microsoft had been briefed about the Xbox layoffs, as well as wider cuts at the company, which are expected to hit sales teams in particular. The gaming business, The Verge said Microsoft plans to make the cuts ahead of the release of its next generation of consoles. Last week, Microsoft announced a partnership with AMD to power the next generation of Xbox, including its first party future Xbox consoles. Microsoft has yet to say when it plans to launch the new devices. So, let me get this straight. Not only are they planning these, and I mean like planning. This isn't like a, oh shit, we're spending too much, we're hemorrhaging money out here. You know what I'm saying? We got to get rid of these employees, dude. Like next week, man, our investors, ooh, our shareholders, ooh. No, they're like mega planning in advance. Like booking, like putting it in their calendar. You know what I'm saying? It's like opened their planner and can't wait to fire these guys. People are supposed to feel good about that. I mean, like obviously, like they're not going to feel good about that, but like we're supposed to be like cool with that. Microsoft games industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, listen, we all get it. Video game businesses in the video game industry is a business. It's a massive fucking business, and all the businesses within the business are gonna make business like decisions that people are not gonna be fucking happy about sometimes. This is like a major case of like what the fuck, man, because Microsoft has fired dude after dude after dude after dude, and they're just kind of like, yeah, here's Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? Like I would rather pay a little bit more for Game Pass or have Game Pass and like get games cheaper than to watch all the people that make the games that we like just have to like live in constant perilous panic that they're gonna lose their fucking job in like a month. But fuck, man, video games, man, video games. Yikes! And for our last story here. PlayStation's policy of not releasing its first party titles on PlayStation Plus on the day of the release will continue, according to a company exec. In an interview with GameFile, PlayStation's Vice President of Global Services, Nick McGuire, was asked whether the company was considering changing its PlayStation Plus policy to match that of Xbox, where first party releases are added to the top tier of its Game Pass service on day one. McGuire replied, hell fucking no. McGuire replied that it wasn't insisting that the company's policy of adding its first party games at least a year after launch, and instead selecting 4 or 5 indie games per year to add to PlayStation Plus, I almost botched that word, was working for Sony. Is it? We've sort of stayed true to our strategy across the board. We're not looking to put games in day. Oh, I burped. Oh, God. We sort of stayed true to our strategy across the board. We're not looking to put games in day and date, he explained. Our strategy of finding 4 or 5 independent day and date titles and using that to complement our strategy of bringing games in when they're 12, 18 months old or older, that balance for us is working really well across the platform. Oh, God. I mean, here's the deal. We got a few different games that PlayStation came out with day and date that are, like, indie titles. And it's not to say that, like, I have anything against indie titles. I love indie titles. Indie titles are great. We've had, like, FBC Firebreak, The Plucky Squire, Dave the Diver, Animal Well. All games that, like, came out day and date on PlayStation Plus, free for people to be able to play. However, I don't think people pay monthly subscriptions specifically for indie games like on the major consoles. I might be wrong about that. I'm like no video game genius. Obviously, I have a much better podcast than this called 20,000 Films Under the Sea, where we talk about movies. I'm a movie expert. You know what I'm saying? I'll leave this conversation more to the video game guys in terms of like the experts, Jason Schreier, you know, like the big video game gods, right? The video game gods out there. But I would assume that if people flat out knew that the only thing they were getting out of PlayStation Plus was simply indie titles, I don't think a majority of them would continue to be paying this. And I think that there might arguably, like, I mean, like PlayStation Plus people either get PlayStation Plus because they think they're going to get a really, really good deal on games, or they have it because they want to play multiplayer games because it's required to play multiplayer games, right? But I just really don't see a world in which people like if they're honest about it and they say, hey, we're never going to put these games day and date, like you're probably not going to get it for like a year after the fact. I don't think a lot of people are gonna really like buy into it. I mean, like a year later, they like the game's already pretty much fucking like $20. They can just go buy it instead. And you really think they're gonna rely on your subscription service, or they don't even get to like own the license to the fucking game? I mean, apparently nobody owns a license to any fucking games anymore, anyways. But video games industry, right? Anyways, it's cool. I like video games. You guys like video games? I'm gonna get out of here now. That's all of my all of my video game news for the day. You know what I'm saying? Big winky wink. And anyways, yeah, until I have to end up doing this again inevitably one day, when Devin like gets into a fight with a bison and Garrick just so happened to be that bison, I guess. Then yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys there on the other side. And until next time, my friends, beep beep boop boop, video game. Listen to 20,000 Films Under the Sea.